Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Thursday night training here with Dana Carpio. It's a pleasure to have you with me here tonight. We have a great show, some good information about systems and programs. Now, I know a lot of you are not involved in a system or a program, but have seen them, kind of thought about them, possibly contemplating joining one over the other, not sure how they work. So tonight, hopefully I can give you some clarification. Now, I hope you guys have had a great week. It's been a very relaxing week for me. I've been out of town visiting my father this week, and it has actually been a wonderful, relaxing time here, spending time with him, because we don't get to see each other that often. So about once a year or so, I'll come visit for about a week and hang out with my dad, and so the kids get to go out and they get to play with him, and it's just a really fun time. We get to go and do different things, and so it's a very special time for us. We really, really enjoy it. So if you ever have an opportunity just to step away for a minute and go and have some fun, do it. Do it. Doesn't matter where you're going or who you're going to see. Just take a minute and pause. Bring it back and give you a little bit more of a refresher when it's time to come back and start digging in again. So, well, guys, I'm going to give just a few more minutes to let other people who are, because I know it's hard to get on right at 7 o'clock. So I'm sure there are some others who are going to join us. But those of you who are here, could you please put your name in the chat box for me? I've enabled it so you can actually see. I want to see who all's here. So if you'll put your name in the chat box for me, that would be awesome. So I know who's here with me. And tonight, guys, it's not going to be really, really heavy on the technical information because pretty much all of the systems do the same thing, but they're just done by different individuals, different groups. Hi, Kim. Glad you could make it today. Wonderful to have you here with me. There's not, like I was saying, it's not really, really difficult to choose a system, but you do kind of need to know what they are and what they do, and if you can benefit from using one or not, or we'll go over all of that. But there are some systems. There is one in particular system that I prefer over the others, and I've actually tried all four of the ones that we're going to be talking about a little bit later on in the presentation. But I've actually tried 4 different ones, and only one has given me any kind of result. Now, I don't know if that's because of my mindset and me knowing what to do, but I think part of that was attributed to finding a mentor. And when I found my mentor, they had the system that and I thought, well, I haven't tried that particular one. I've heard a lot about it, and I started looking into it, and it was really one that it wasn't just about the system, it was about a community too, and that made a big difference to me. So we have a few more people. Hi, Kay, glad you're here with me. Guys, Kay is my mentor. He is a really cool guy, very intelligent and very business oriented. He's my sounding board, and on some days he's my savior. So it's really great to have you here, Kay, with me. Thank you for coming and supporting me on the Thursday night training tonight. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the presentation for us tonight, and I'm going to share my screen so you have an idea. Like I said, it's not going to be extremely difficult. It's not going to be too technical with things. So it'll actually be pretty simple for tonight. Let me do here. And I'm going to share here. What did I do? Let's see. Well, it is not sharing my screen. Hi, Miss Pamela. I'm glad you could be here. I'm so glad you could be here. I knew it was kind of iffy if you could and iffy if you couldn't. So, all right, now. There we go. Now you can see the screen. All right, guys. Again, welcome tonight to the Thursday night training. Your host is Dana Carpio. That is me. And I am doing training every single Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. It's the same link to register for every week. And when I send out the trainings, the copies of the trainings on Friday by noon, I will try to go ahead and put that link into that email so you can go ahead and register for the next week. And of course, at the end of every week, I always tell you what we're going to be talking about the next week. So that way you kind of have an idea of what to look for the next week if you want to actually get on, or if you want to just say, okay, well, never mind. And it's up to you. But once you have registered for one of the training sessions, you will automatically receive a recording for each training session, regardless if you attend or register or not. Now, I did that on purpose. At first, people were like, okay, are you crazy? You're just going to send out this stuff for free? Well, yes, I am. Because I want you to learn. I want you to learn and be able to become knowledgeable about what it is and the steps that you need to take in order to be successful online. And in order for me to help you do that the best way possible, you have to be able to have the recording. So I'm going to be sending them out by noon on Friday every week. And I'll also include that link to get set up for the next week. And I'll tell you what's coming up then too. Well, I mean, you'll find out at the end of the night, but you'll also find out in the email as well. So tonight we're going to be talking about systems and programs. Now, I know some of you are involved in systems. Some of you are not involved in systems. Some are curious, been hearing about this stuff, not sure. So tonight, hopefully we can clarify a couple of things and be able to help you either make the decision to go ahead and try out one of the systems, or, maybe think about it a little bit more, but at least you'll have more knowledge and more of an education, so it will help you make that the final decision. There we go. All right. So tonight, where we are going is I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my story and where I am, how I got here. We're going to be talking about, again, systems and programs. What are they? Do they really work? How do they work? And what can a program do for me that I can't do for myself? That's a big one, because a lot of people think, well, why would I even bother paying for a program if it's not going to do anything that I can't do? But see, that's the joy of a program. It can do more than what you can do humanly. So it's definitely, we're going to cover some of the things that it can do for you that you just can't do. There's no way. And we're also going to be talking about a system and program comparison. And it's going to be for 4 different programs that I have actually been a part of at one point or another during my journey. And we'll talk about more about that in just a little bit. So a little bit about me. You see this picture here on the right-hand side. That's my husband, the little one with his mouth wide open. That's my little 3-year-old Reese. And then next to him is Javari. He's my 5-year-old. This here is my 18-year-old Junior, or Giovanni Jr., and this is his 17-year-old brother, Chris. So we are a large family, a family of 6. We absolutely love being a big family, and we currently reside in Hermitage, Tennessee, which is actually right outside of Nashville on the east side. If you know President Andrew Jackson, you know right about where we are. So we're just a hop, skip, and a jump from downtown Nashville, and it is a beautiful, wonderful area, and I would never want to leave it. It's home for us. We really love it. Now, in 2014, I started with my primary business. I sat down, had coffee with a former college mate of mine, and we had worked on teams before, and things were, we had developed a friendship, and she had talked to me in January of 2014, and then in April I made the decision to go ahead and start. And when I started doing exactly what they were telling me to do. I started posting on Facebook, and 2 or 3 times a day, and but I wasn't getting anything back out of that. I wasn't getting any kind of response. Nobody was liking my posts, my pictures, and stuff like that. And I thought, what in the world? And I was getting people who were unfollowing me. that's not what you want. Because I guess it was like, well, she's going to be pissing about all this stuff all the time. I don't want to be her friend anymore. So that kind of bothered me. Well, in July of 2014, I decided and kind of had to make the decision to go online only. So from that point, I started educating myself. And I basically what I did was I got a free online marketing education. I didn't pay for programs at all. I didn't pay for any kind of teaching systems or anything of that. Basically, all I did was I followed the gurus, the people who are doing what I wanted to do. I started following them. I got on their email lists. I read their blog posts. I got on their webinars. I have a notebook that is completely full of things that I learned while I was learning how to market. And as I was growing, I noticed that these things were being validated by other industry leaders. So it's not like I was just getting a free online marketing education just to get a free education. And it's not like I was learning the wrong thing, because all of these things were being validated by other industry leaders. So I knew I had something here. And like I said, I tried the platforms, I tried systems, I tried programs, I tried 4 of them, and we'll get into more of that in just a little bit. And I realized I need tools. There's certain tools that you have to have when you're trying to build a business online. And I knew that. And so I tried to put some things together myself, and I'm not really, I'm a technical dingbat, I guess. And I mean, I know how to run a computer, and there's a lot of things that I know how to do that a lot of people don't. But I still really struggle with the technology, and it was so time consuming. And I wasn't sure if it was actually going to work the way I wanted it to work or not. So I kind of got to a breaking point where it was taking too much time for me to learn all this stuff and try to piece it all together. And I just got really frustrated. And I was like, okay, I've hit my breaking point. I'm either going to have to push through this. I'm just going to have to pass on everything altogether. And in my heart, I was like, wait a minute. You've just put 2 years of solid research and educating yourself about how to build a business online, and you're just going to drop it and move to something else? No. So I pushed right on through. And when I pushed through, I joined a community, and you'll learn more about this community here in just a little while. But this specific community gave me support. My mentor gave me support. He gave me guidance. They gave validation in the things that I had learned. Pardon my notifications. And they also gave me belief, not just belief in the business, in how to do things, but really belief in myself. And if you've been in business for long enough, or even if you've just started marketing your business, you know that belief in yourself can make the difference in succeeding and failing. Because if you don't believe in yourself, I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, you might as well not do what you're trying to do. So belief in yourself is a big deal. And since I joined that community, nothing has been the same since. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I've started generating leads. I've started having more confidence. I started believing in myself. I started learning more things and new things, and I started reaching out. And it's been an incredible journey so far. And I'm still in the beginning part of that journey since I joined the community. It hasn't been that long. So after I joined the community, the changes just started happening. They started happening within me. And then they started happening within my business. So it's really been amazing. It's been amazing. Now, what are programs and systems, or systems and programs? They are basically things that provide ways to conduct business online. Okay, you say, well, Dana, what do you mean? How do they provide ways? We're going to get a little bit more into detail here. They provide valuable training. That's training to you to help you learn how to do certain things, such as how to capture a lead, how to get someone to opt into your newsletter, to your website, how to get the traffic to flow towards you, different tips and tricks on social media. Most of the systems provide very valuable training on how to build your business as you, not as your business. And if you've been watching my training all this time, you know that one of the biggest, is one of the biggest things about online marketing is that you brand yourself. You don't brand your opportunity. You don't brand your company. You brand yourself. Because when you brand yourself, it differentiates you from everybody else and every other consultant that's a part of that same company. So it does provide you valuable training and teaches you how to do what you need to do to become successful. Most of them provide already created funnels. And if you're not sure what a funnel is, basically, if you think about a kitchen funnel, like it's big at the top and small at the bottom. Well, basically that's what you're trying to do is you're getting your main leads in the big area of the top, and it's kind of filtering down to where you actually have really concentrated red hot leads coming out of the bottom of the funnel. So some of them already create and have funnels available for you, so you can actually just kind of go in and plug in and play. Now, that's not going to sit there and put thousands of dollars in your bank account overnight, but it does help when you're not sure what you're doing. Okay. It'll also, most of them provide a preset email autoresponder series because they have already generated the emails that will help you gain additional customers or help you gain additional leads, have them come to you, and then you start to build that relationship. So the fact that they give you preset emails is like a huge deal, especially when you're brand new starting out, because you really don't know what kind of value you can give. And this actually helps knock out that objection for you. Well, I don't have any value to give. I don't know enough about the industry to be able to help anyone. Well, the email series actually helps with that. So it's not all strictly up to you. They will also provide multiple income streams. Some provide more than others. It just kind of depends. So do they work? Here's the big question now. The first thing I'm going to tell you is not whether they work or not. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that they will not work as a get-rich-quick system. It is not a put your name in there and then wake up the next morning with thousands upon thousands of dollars in your pocket. That's not the way it works. There's so many people out there looking for that one system where they can just put their information in, click one button and set it to run, and then, wake up a millionaire in 2 days. It does not work like that. Do systems work? Yes. Absolutely. Yes, they do. On one condition. I want you to think about this condition and what it might be. I'm not sure. Do they work? Yes, on one condition. Which condition? As long as you work the system or program. That's right. As long as you work it. Every system, every program that you want to get involved with, you actually are the one key differential whether they're going to work for you or they're not. So if you're really interested in one system and you get involved and you start going through the training from it, and then you start using that training to help build your business, yes, the system's going to work. If you go into the system and you're sitting there and you're going through the training, but you don't do anything with it, you don't take people's advice, you're not open to suggestion, you don't even push yourself to do what you need to do, then no, of course it's not going to work. Why would it work if you don't put effort into it? See, that's the thing. A lot of people want that, click the button and you magically have everything done for you kind of thing. But, when you're building a business, it takes work. It really does take work. Is it hard work? Yeah. Is it worth it? Oh, yeah. So just make sure that regardless of whatever system you get into, you dedicate yourself to fully immersing your mind into the system, and then turn around and take whatever you learned and do something with it, implement it, and then turn around and share it. Share it with your network, share it with other people. Just, if you see somebody struggling, reach out and say, hey, I had that problem too. And I went and I researched it, and this is what I found out. It's not that difficult. So yes, they do work as long as you work. You have to make it work. They still haven't figured out a human element to the whole internet thing yet. So there's no artificial intelligence really to do this for you. But you do have other positive things that will come about with your system. Okay. Now, here's a look at how do they work. I want you to look at this very carefully. Up here in the top left corner, this is where your potential enters their information, and that will take them to a capture page. Now, basically, that's where they enter in their name, their email address, so they can get more information from you. So what you want to do is create an irresistible offer. Some people know what an irresistible offer is. Other people don't know what an irresistible offer is. Basically, it is an offer that someone says, like, the 10 best ways to drive traffic to your website. Really? That's kind of interesting, especially if that's what I'm looking for. So you want to make sure your irresistible offer is something that pertains to your target market. Okay. So your potential enters their information, and this goes two ways here. Okay. Here's your way here as a business owner. It generates a lead, and then you turn around and you follow up with that lead. Okay. It also sends the potential's information to an autoresponder where they will receive emails. And this is emails about generating more leads, or emails about more about your product or your service. Once they start getting these emails, then they start becoming educated. That's your value. That's where they have started to receive the value that you've given them. Now, the value is not buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Not by any means. Value is something that you give to someone where they can use it. So basically, if you do a blog post that tells people 6 different ways to recruit the real estate agents for a home business opportunity, that gives other people ideas on how to get more recruits for their particular business. That's valuable to someone else. And that's what I'm talking about. You want to be able to provide value for your customer or for your potential, because then they get educated. Once they become educated, their trust is earned by you. And when their trust is earned by you, a sale is made. So you have one way that it works here with the capture page, the autoresponder, and giving value. It ends up being almost like a great big circle. So once they enter their information, the lead has been generated, and you start the follow-up process between phone call and email, you're definitely going to have a sale that is made. And you're going to be like this lovely lady in the green here in the middle. You're going to be walking around, and money's going to be falling out of the sky in your lap, especially if you provide the value. But you have to educate your potential. It's that simple for most. Now, most of the systems run in this same general way. There are some that have, some systems have more features than others. Some systems have affiliate programs that you can become a part of where you can earn money too, instead of just depending on your straight up primary company. So this is just the general overall picture of how everything works. Okay. So a lot of people ask this question. I've had more than one or two people ask me this question. What can a program do for me that I can't do myself? And one of the reasons why they've asked this question is because I educated myself. I'm still not fully educated. There's still a lot of knowledge out there that I need to learn. But I'm going to tell you, you know, a program or a system can do so much more. So one of the first things that it can do is it can leverage information. I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, what do you mean by leverage? Well, let's see here. If you have a link that has a blog post and you send someone to that blog post and they start reading about things, where are you? Are you sitting there typing the blog post as I read it? No. What am I doing? I'm off setting up another blog post, playing with the kids, cooking dinner, doing whatever I want. It helps you leverage your time and information. So it's a really good situation. It's an automatic tool. It will also help you with the technical setup of how things run from the beginning to the end. So the technical setup, what I mean is by all of the HTML coding. I don't know a whole lot of people who know much about HTML. I don't. I know like 2 or 3 little codes that I know how to use, and that's it. But the technical setup is really an issue with a lot of people when it comes to setting up their business online. And it's simply because they don't have enough information and don't know enough about computers to be able to set it up technically the right way. And like I said, for me, it took forever. I knew what I needed to do, and I was in the process of making that happen. And it was just like, well, I'm so frustrated because I can't focus on trying to grab leads or talking to people if I am in the process of trying to set everything up. So how am I supposed to set everything up if I don't, I can set it up, right? I can set it up, but it's going to take me forever. And by then I could have lost thousands upon thousands of dollars in sales. So the technical setup alone is definitely worth it. Okay. Automation. I don't know about you, but I do not plan on spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year in front of a computer or in front of a human person so they can read my stuff or so they can click on my links, right? So with that being said, it gives you the opportunity to be able to set it, walk away and do something else, and it will run automatically. That's part of the glory of online marketing, is it gives you that automation. Like when someone says, hey, I want more information, they opt into your email list, you can set it up where the computer will automatically send emails to them. Not just once, but as many emails as you want. You can set it up in a follow-up series if you want. Or let's say somebody watched your video, right? Once they watched your video, you can have it set up to where, they watch the video and they subscribe to your YouTube channel. And then once they subscribe to your YouTube channel, maybe they go over and they take a look at your website. It's it's there. You're not, your website's there regardless of what you're doing. So, but the automation part of it is, I mean, if someone goes and puts their, they opt into your newsletter, to your irresistible offer. And then, like I said, just the emails start going. And you can't do that. I'm going to tell you something. Here's an example. If you start gathering 5 to 10 leads per day, and I know to some of you that's a lot, others it's, not a lot at all. But if you start pulling in 5 to 10 leads per day, and let's say they're coming in at various times during the day. Okay, so let's say you had 2 come in the morning, 1 come in later on that afternoon, 3 more come in that night, and while you were sleeping, there was about 4 or 5 more that came in, right? Well, instead of making those 4 or 5 more wait until you wake up and can physically get in front of the computer, you just set it up on automation where everything just happens. There's one thing that happens that triggers something else, that triggers something else, that triggers something else. So it's basically a way for you to be there, but you're not there. You're not physically there, but yet you've already set it up to where it looks like you're physically there. So automation is a huge part of what a system and a program can do for you. You can't do that. You can't sit there and automatically do it. I don't know anybody who can. Unless you are, you got to be on some kind of drugs or something to be able to do that. The programs and the systems are always present. They're always there. And like I said, even when you can't be. So if you have a sick child, or you have an event at your child's school that you need to go to, you can step away from the computer, but the program and the system is always there. Always. So it kind of runs in the background of your life. And that in itself makes it easier for you to be able to run your business. They're always consistent. Now, I know some people are like, well, what do you mean by always consistent? Well, it says the same thing to every person every time. Unless you go in and physically change that email, or add another one, or go in and misspell words or whatever, or say a different phrase, or add a different phrase in there, it's always going to be the exact same thing every time to every person. Now, that's extremely difficult to duplicate in the real world, in the physical world. I call physical world is anything that you don't do on a computer. To me, that's a physical world. The virtual world, which is everything we do on the computer. So, in the virtual world, you can always be consistent, because once you type it in there, it's there, and it's like that, and it's going to stay like that until you change it. So it consistently says the same thing to every single potential that is, I'm looking for a specific word. It's every single, let's see, that's exposed. There we go. Sorry, I'm on vacation, so I guess my brain's a little bit on vacation too. But for each individual person that's exposed to your material, they're always going to get the same exact message. So you want to make sure your message is good before you put it out there. Okay, but that's another thing, is that there's too much room for human error in the offline world, or in the physical world. In the virtual world, you can always be consistent and say the same thing. Now, here are the 4 systems that I have used. Okay, when I first started with Elite Marketing Pro back in 2014. I saw this and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They were talking about attraction marketing, and that was the first time I had actually heard about attraction marketing, kind of getting the idea of how it worked. And I came across this man named Fernie I'm going to say his name, but I hope I say it right. Ceballos. It's CEB. ALLOS, I think. But he is actually, he's a really cool guy. He's very intelligent. He's been very successful with his marketing. And he is a part of the Elite Marketing Pro. He's one of the founders. And I started kind of going through there. And at the time, I really didn't feel like I was in the right place for this particular system. And I really didn't feel like it was helping me to get to the place where I needed to go. So, and I think a lot of that was because of the simple fact that there was not really as much training as I wanted, like live person training that I really needed and that I thought would be more valuable. I'm not dissing these programs, please. Don't think I'm bashing any of these programs. I am not. I am just telling you that I myself have been a part of each one of these programs, but there's only one that made a difference, and I'll get to that one here in a minute. I also tried Power Lead System. It was a short time frame when I tried Power Lead System, and I believe they were still just in the very beginning stages. They have built a lot over the last couple of years, and I haven't gone back to try them again. But I mean, you're absolutely welcome to look into it. And then I tried Pure Leverage. And Pure Leverage came to me as a referral from somebody else that I was in a different community with. And he told me that this was, it was a good system. But again, they were just starting out. And there was a lot of things that I just I couldn't find. I couldn't pinpoint. I didn't feel like I was being completely supported. And then, lo and behold, there's My Lead System Pro. My Lead System Pro is the program that I use now, is a system that I use now. My Lead System Pro has done so much for me personally and professionally that, I mean, I have grown in leaps and bounds. My Lead System Pro has actually been a community that I've been involved with. And when I mean community, we're talking about 6- and 7-figure earners answering your questions when you need help. So, like, for example, I can go to the Facebook group, and I can post in a question of something that I might be working on. And that is if Kay doesn't know it, then I'll ask in the group. But I do that, and then I have, within minutes, typically, I have other people who are in business, who are established, who are 6- and 7-figure earners, answering my questions. Ray Higdon, Diane Hockman, let's see. Oh, there's so many more. Steve Krivda. Oh, he's one of my favorite, especially for mindset. Aaron Parker. He's like huge for Snapchat. And I don't even want to discount Mark Harbert in that group too, because he's huge on video on YouTube. Guys, these are people who have started off at the bottom, just like me, just like you, if you're just starting out. They have started with My Lead System Pro. They got in the system, they plugged in, and they did step by step by step of what they were talking about. And I got to tell you guys, just the specific motivation wake up calls in the morning, specifically that right there, has transitioned my mindset so much. Listening to it every day, Monday through Friday, every day, I listen to it. And it has brought so much more empowerment in myself, belief in myself, belief in the system that I'm using. And I got to tell you, above Elite Marketing Pro, above Power Lead System, and above Pure Leverage, MLSP has given me more education and more, oh my gosh, it blows me away what's in their back office as far as education is concerned. It is just unbelievable. And when I say education, I'm not just talking about the basic stuff. Like people join people who they know, like, and trust. Everybody knows that. You build relationships. Everybody knows that. MLSP actually teaches you how to build the relationship, what you should be doing to build the relationship with your audience. They teach you about Facebook. They teach you about Snapchat. They teach you about Twitter. They teach you about blogging. They teach you about YouTube videos. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, Ray Higdon, who actually came up through the MLSP system, that's right, y'all, a 7-figure earner who started at the bottom, actually grew his business with MLSP. That's Ray Higdon. And if you're in network marketing, you know who Ray Higdon is. If you don't, you need to find out who he is. I highly suggest following him, getting all the information you can, visit his blog. But he actually used this same system in order to grow his business into a 7-figure a year earner. What? Guys, the education that you have in MLSP is absolutely tremendous. But see, here's the thing. Like I said before, a system is only as good as the system itself. What makes one system work over another one is you. And the reason why I am talking more about MLSP than I am about the other three is because MLSP has taken a lot of that technical stuff that I was trying to figure out. It was mostly with Pure Leverage. I was trying to get some technical stuff done and some blog stuff done, and I just couldn't figure it out. I had no idea how to do it. There were no videos to help me figure out how to do it. I wasn't getting any kind of leads or anything of that sort. And then when I started MLSP, everything just kind of fell into place. It is an incredible, incredible system. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about the system, if you'll give me just a second. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's up for next week. Next week, we're going to be covering keyword research. Yeah. Some of you know what keyword research is. The others of you don't. But I'm going to tell you right now, keyword research, oh man, if you're not doing it right now, you are missing out on some money big time. Big time. Keyword research is a way for your website to rank in the search engines. Keyword research will help your blog posts and things end up on the first page of Google. Now there's more, there's more to it than just, plugging in a keyword, but we're going to cover some of that next week. We're going to talk about what is it and why is it important. A lot of people don't realize that your keyword research is necessary when it comes to doing your blog posts. So your actual blog post will rank. We're also going to be talking about some terminology when using keywords. Some people are kind of skeptical because they don't know what they're talking about, or they don't know what they're hearing. They don't understand. So we're going to be covering some of those as well, or some of that as well, the terminology. And also how to use keywords to rank your blog posts on the first page of Google. Now, part of that has to do with your authority level. And I got to tell you, speaking of authority level, MLSP Sites, which is a product that they recently, recently launched, is an authority in and of itself. So if you go through MLSP and you put your blog on sites, on the MLSP sites, then you're automatically going to have some form of authority, even if you're just starting. So now that we've gone through all the slideshow stuff, which is boring, 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 I know it can be, we are actually going to go over here. Let me stop sharing for a second. And I want to know, have I lost you guys? Have I lost you? Or are you still with me? Ha! I still see some of you on there. I want to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to MLSP. And I know some of you are thinking, oh gosh, she's really pushing this thing. She's really pushing this thing. Guys, I only push things that I really, truly, with all my heart, believe in. Okay? I don't just talk about things like this because, of a quick sale or whatever. If any of you know me, or if any of you have been following me long enough, you know that what I've been doing is I've been learning and I've been teaching others, and I'm doing it all for free because I want to do it that way, not because I want to charge people for it. But this recommendation is not just a light recommendation. If you want to succeed in your business, if you want to be able to plug in to thousands, I mean thousands of training videos at the tip, right at your fingertips, MLSP is for you. They've been around since 2008. Okay? And every night since 2008 on Wednesday night, they do a live webinar where they have industry leaders come and you get to learn from them things that they do, like Bill and Michelle Pescasolido. You can learn from them. April Marie Tucker, if you follow her. Diane Hochman, again, she's one of my favorites just because she's such a powerhouse. But these are all people, they joined the MLSP community. They immersed themselves in the community. They started the training. They went through the training themselves. They started implementing what they were learning. And they just started taking action. And when you do that, when you have such a strong database behind you, and if you have a question about something, you could just go in the back office and find out about it. That's simple. You don't have to dig around the internet for answers. Guys, this is one of in my opinion, it is the pinnacle and the absolute most and the best if you're wanting to build online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you here. I'm going to show you a little something. And this is the cool thing that I love about webinars, is because I can show you stuff and it's like super, super cool. Okay, let's see here. Let me go right here. I'm going to share my screen once more. Now, here is the main web page. See, there's Ray Higdon right there in the middle. Ray Higdon, there's Diane Hochman, there's Mark Harbert, and Rob Four. Rob Four is like the industry leader when it comes to search engine optimization. He is definitely someone who you want to follow. Especially if you want to learn, like things like what you can do with your blog and how to monetize it. And I mean, this man is he knocks my socks off every time I listen to one of his trainings. It's just amazing, his level of knowledge. Now, all of these individual people, they've gone through the My Lead System Pro complete. I mean, if you plug into a system completely and you follow what they're doing, look at this training. Look at all of this training that you've got. You've got marketing strategies. Look, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Look, we're talking about system campaigns, about getting leads now, setting up your blog, creating your own funnels. And I got to tell you, this customer relationship manager is, for lack of a better term, the bee's knees. Oh my gosh. I have never, ever seen another customer relationship manager software ever that would ever beat this out. This specific piece right here is more than worth the price of admission. I'm just telling you. You can keep up with so much information and your follow-up so much easier than a piece of paper and a pen. I have never seen a CRM like this one. Just blows my mind. Look, you've got social networking here. There's Facebook marketing, Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, Pinterest, Snapchat, Google Plus, Instagram, all of these are training. This is all training to teach you how to do this stuff. It's already right there at your fingertips. Content marketing, look, search engine optimization. What else do you want to know about your blog? Here's blogging. Here's learning how to do the copywriting, all the fancy words that other people use. I mean, you've got video and YouTube marketing. There's webinars. You can even do automated webinars. I mean, it just goes on. Here's a whole thing about keyword research. It just goes on and on. They talk about paid marketing, pay-per-click, Facebook. I mean, any kind of e-zine or solo ads. There's also here about calling your leads, about prospecting and recruiting. And then there's additional strategies down here. Look, there's a whole mindset, mastery, meditation, and goal setting. There's not many places at all that offer as much mindset training that I have found with MLSP. Guys, I know that there's a lot of training out there for you, but look, this is all in one place. All in one place, all of this information to help you brand yourself and build the business and the legacy that you always wanted. Guys, it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. It takes one thing from you. That means commitment. Your commitment to learning and growing is all it's going to take. Because here's all the information right here in front of you. You just have to be committed enough to go and look, to go and watch the videos and read the training and dive in and commit yourself to listening to the trainings, to being there when you need to be there. Commit yourself to doing something with what you learn. And then once you do that, the rest is history. Look, even Kay has training for me. But look, there's a training called Schedule. It'll tell you all the trainings that they do offer. And look at this. This right here is, I can't even believe that this is actually here. If you decide that you want to be an MLSP member, look, here's a Ray Higdon recruiting mastery video in the back office. When you are a mastery member for MLSP, you get all of this training absolutely free. Look, here's a hangout with Diane Hockman that happened just on Tuesday, and it's about leadership success training. Like I said, this woman knocks it out of the park every single time. I love her stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. Mastermind member recap. There's April Marie Tucker talking about Pinterest. You have access. Look at all of this stuff here. Look, network marketing training, 556 videos. What? Marketing strategies, 463 videos. Again, goal setting, 409. I mean, attraction marketing, 532. Blogging, 61. Come on, guys. This is better than the library. I'm telling you, this is all from people who are currently involved in the online network marketing industry. They're making 6 and 7 figures. They know what they're doing. Why wouldn't you want to learn from the pros? If you could have 5 minutes with Ray Higdon or a half an hour watching a training video from Ray Higdon, wouldn't you want to do it? You'd be stupid not to. You would be stupid not to. But oh my gosh, look at this, guys. It's incredible. See, there's Steve Kripta. Steve is the man for mindset stuff. But guys, this dates back. And I mean, you can just imagine. You have wake-up calls that you can go in here and look for. There's webinar training, marketing training, system training. I mean, I have never seen so much training in my entire life. There's so much information here that you can actually find out at your fingertips instead of having to search everywhere for it. It is absolutely insane. So what I would like to do is I would actually like to invite you to do something. Okay. Today, I am going to show you an offer, and I'm going to offer you today a $10 10-day membership trial. So basically, you pay $10 and you have the system for 10 days. You can go back there and watch any videos that you want. You can go back there and set up your blog if you want. You can go in and especially if you're struggling in one area in particular, like really hardcore, and you really want the education on it, spend $10 and get the free education in 10 days. If you don't get leads, if you don't make money, you can cancel it and get your $10 back. I mean, come on, we spend $10 for lunch, for food that goes away. Is that going to help us build our business? Well, I mean, it'll help keep our mind straight, right? But it's not actually going to help us build the business altogether. So I'm extending this offer to you. The offer is open. It's on the table. You're more than welcome to take it. But what I do want to one thing that I do want to do for you this evening is I want to be able to answer any questions you might have. I'm going to try my best to answer all the questions that I can. So I've opened the question section for you. And if you look on the side, I'm not sure if it's on this side or this side on you. I think it's on this side. But if you want to ask a question, pop it in the Q&A box real quick, and I will do my best to get your question answered. So if you have questions about systems or programs, how they work, which one, yeah, I mean, I've already told you which one in my personal opinion. That's what I was trying to think of, opinion. See, I'm on vacation still. My brain is just, it's awful sometimes. It is. But in my personal and professional opinion, I really believe that MLSP is an excellent system, an excellent program to be involved with. Once you become a member and you start going through things, it's up to you to go in and get the training that you need. It's up to you to take action on that training, and it's up to you to do it consistently so you can actually get some results. That's probably the biggest thing. A lot of people who start their business, they do a little bit here, they do a little bit there, they kind of dabble here and dabble there. But no, as long as you consistently do what you need to do, take action. Now that's take action in learning and implementing, turning around and sharing with someone else what you learn. You're also taking action in going out and finding other people that you say, hey guys, this program is awesome. But see, okay, there's one thing that I haven't told you yet. And this is super duper duper cool. Now, you can actually make money from the system itself. That's right. That's right. You can make money from the system yourself. Once you are set up as a mastery member, then you can go in and set up as an affiliate. It's absolutely free. Yay! We all like free, right? So you go in, you set up your affiliate account, and then you can give other people links to your stuff. When they buy it, you get paid. So if you find someone who's not ready for your business, who really needs some help with leads and things of that sort, MLSP too. And you can make money from that as well. Consider it a secondary stream of income. I mean, does it help you in your primary? Well, yeah, it helps you to support your primary financially. Makes it a little bit easier to go through things. So definitely, you definitely want to think about it. You want to think about it. So for those of you who of you who have already been with a system, and you've really struggled and you've had bad results and things of that sort, sometimes it's a system, sometimes it's a person. But if you're interested in MLSP, I highly recommend a $10 10-day trial. So go in there, check it out. When you have questions, let me know. I really have a solid belief in MLSP. And I know so many others out there have a solid belief in MLSP. Why? Because it changed a lot. It changed me, it changed my business, it changed the momentum, it's changed my income. Guys, it's changed my income tremendously just by using the system. Just by getting knowledge from the system, turning around and sharing it with other people. It's catapulted me into a whole nother area that I never thought I would be in. But it's awesome. It is awesome. So, guys, I don't see any questions about the systems for tonight. So I am going to sign off here. I would like to thank you guys so much for joining me tonight to learn about systems and programs. They're all a little bit different. And you actually can check out the other ones too. I personally didn't have success with them, but you're more than welcome to check them out, see what they're about, and get all the technical stuff from them. So for tonight, I am going to call it an evening, guys. I'm going to go enjoy my family a little bit more while I'm here on vacation. I really look forward to seeing you guys next week on Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central. We're going to be covering keyword research and how you can get your blog posts to rank on the first page of Google. So, guys, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed evening, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.